Hi and welcome to my July book haul. I'm sorry it's kind of like dark and shadowy, but it's getting late and it's raining outside, but I needed to get this filmed. So initially I planned on just doing an Amazon order, and then I went to Target. I bought one book, that wasn't that bad. Then I decided to go to Ollies, which is like a bargain store near me, which I haven't been there in a couple months, so because I like actively don't go. And I bought a bunch of books there too. Actually, a lot of them I've already read, so I feel like that's not that bad, and well, I'll talk about it when we get there. So first, the Amazon portion. So I bought 2 complete series off of Amazon. The first is the Breathing series by Rebecca Donovan. So that's Reason to Breathe, Barely Breathing, and Out of Breath. And it's, I guess, kind of a new adult series, I would say. I don't really know. About a girl named Emma, and she's being like physically abused by her aunt, and just things. There's a love story and stuff. These books are massive, and I've actually already read them. I read them all, like each of them in a day. And I did film a review, so I just have to edit that, and then it'll be up probably in like a week or so, maybe, I don't know. Next series I got is the Covenant series by Jennifer Armentrout, and oh my gosh, I am so excited to read these, but like I feel like I need to ration them because there's only so much Jennifer Armentrout in the world. I need to, like, I don't know, it makes sense in my head. So these, my understanding is it's kind of like Vampire Academy, where you have like these different races and they interact but have like limited in what they are allowed to do, and there's like a school that you go to. I think they're like half gods or something. I've heard it's really, really good, and I'm excited to read it. So there's this prequel novella, and it's called Damon, or, well, it's probably Demon, but I always say Damon. I think I always say Damon. I have ever since his Dark Materials, I say Damon for that instead of Demon, even though that's not spelled the same way. It's similar. And can I just say that I don't like reading ebooks, like, if I can avoid it. So I like when novellas like this are published. Like, I will gladly, this was like $3.50 versus like $1.99 ebook. I'd rather spend the extra couple dollars and get the physical copy of it. So you get that, and then Half-Blood, Pure, Deity, which says it's an autographed copy, but it's not. And this is actually, which I didn't know, so like when I bought it, so I don't care, but it is annoying, and the sticker like is really stuck on there, which bothers me. And this is actually the second Jennifer Armentrout book I've gotten from Amazon that has said it was an autographed copy when it's not, which I just think is weird. Then you have Elixir, which is another novella, Apollyon, and the last book, Sentinel. So that's a lot of book, and I really like these covers. I think they're really simple and like beautiful. Like if you took all the writing off, I think they'd make really pretty pictures. So onto the book I got from Target. I got The Ring and the Crown, which came out a few months ago, and like everybody had purchased it, and I just had like no interest in it whatsoever. I didn't even really know what it was about. Jillian from Bookish and Nerdy has been talking about it, and she really liked it, I think. Or was she just really, no, I think she did really like it. And she had mentioned the book trailer, so I watched that. If I can remember, I'll link it below. It's like a real trailer, and the trailer kind of interested me. I didn't realize that it was going to be, it seems like it's a more complex story than I thought, although it's kind of short, but my understanding is it's supposed to be a series, so that's okay. And I did read The Blue Bloods by Melissa De La Cruz. I never finished it, but I read several of them, and like when I was in high school, and I remember enjoying them a lot, so I feel like I'm okay with her writing. I don't really know. I feel like it's kind of like an alternate reality, like the British Empire still exists, and it's about all these different people and the roles that they play, and there's like magic and things. And I have to say, this is a really pretty cover. Yeah, I really don't know that much about it other than what the book trailer says, and that seems really interesting, and I am curious to read this now. Although I'm a little concerned if it's a series, if I should, like, not. We'll see. I may end up reading this soon. I'm kind of, like, really intrigued. Okay, so on to the books I bought at Ollies, and these actually, Ollies, if you don't have one near you, is like an outlet store, so they get overstock. And I mean, like, some of these are like from Walmart, like they even have the Walmart stickers on them, so I'm going to try and peel those off. A lot of times you'll see a lot of the same books that you'll see on Book Outlet, so stuff like that. And I've been trying to be more like discerning when I go there. Like, not just buy like everything. I actually don't get like a cart or a basket so that I can like only get as many books as I can carry in my hands, which is surprisingly a lot. But these are all $1.99 each, which is pretty standard for their books, sometimes like $2.99 or something. But they're also having a special, so everything was 15% off of that as well, so they ended up being $1.69, I think. So the first two are romance novels, which is actually what I went there for, but got distracted by the YA. So the first is Highlander in Disguise by Julia London, which I have no idea what this is about, but I've read a lot of Julia London books before, and oh, this is kind of an older one. It's from 2005, and I really like her writing, so especially in her historicals. I'm not too keen on her contemporary, but her historicals I like, and I don't read a lot of Scottish books, so I figured this would be nice. And then the next one is, it says Haunted by Your Touch, and I believe this is like an anthology of 3 novellas by Janine Frost, Shayla Black, and Sherry Kohler. I have never heard of the second two, but I love Janine Frost. So, and this is different, like a different world than her Night Huntress books, so I thought I would give it a try for the YA. So first I'll do the books I've actually read before, which is 4 out of 7, so not bad. So the first is Just Listen by Sarah Dessen, and I actually like the other cover better, the one where like it's the girl, it looks like a Maureen Johnson cover almost, where you just see like her like torso, and like the iPod and the music thing. This was my first Sarah Dessen, and I remember really, really enjoying it, and I figured for $1.99 I'm probably going to want to reread it again, like at some point, so get it. I really enjoyed this book when I first read it, and it's about, if you don't know, it's about a girl, and something happened to her, so she's like kind of become an introvert, and things have changed, and there's a lot of drama in her life, and she's really not sharing it, and then she meets this guy named Owen, and he's kind of a loner, and they connect like over music and all of these things. And there's a few scenes from this book that I think I read this like 4 or 5 years ago maybe. There's a few scenes, two really specific scenes that have stayed with me that whole time. And I don't own any Sarah Dessen, so now I do. And next is, and this is one with a Walmart sticker on it, is Across the Universe by Beth Revis, and I don't know, you guys, is this like the original cover, or is the fish one? I know they're not fish, they're 2 people almost kissing, but it looks kind of like fish if you look at it that way instead of looking at it like 2 people kissing. I don't know which one came first. I know the series had like a million cover changes, and in all honesty, I mean, I don't mind this cover at all. I kind of want the latest round of covers, like I want to get all 3 books in paperback in the last set of covers. Even though I don't think they're very attractive, then they would match. So I was going to ask for them all for Christmas, but I figured for $1.99 I couldn't turn this one down, and I have not read the rest of the series. I only read this book almost a year ago now, so I feel like I'm going to need to reread it. A sci-fi series about like this girl, she's like stowed away on a ship, and they're traveling, so they're like cryogenically frozen basically, and she's woken up early, and there's a lot of intrigue and things going on. And I know the hardcover has the map of the ship on the back of the dust jacket, and this does have the ship on the inside cover. which is nice. Last two books that I had read before, I was actually making a list of books that I've read but want to buy that I don't own, and these two were on there, so I figured that made it okay to buy them, and they match. So that is If I Stay and Where She Went by Gail Forman. This is the If I Stay duology, and the movie is coming out soon, and I really, really loved these books, and I'm so excited to own them so that if I want, I can reread them. Geez, and then the three books that I have not read are The Disenchantments by Nina LaCour, and one, this cover is really fun and summery and cute, and I've really gone through my contemporary, so I figure this was a good thing to buy, and I've heard a lot of good things about this. I don't think it's a romance as much as it's a friendship-y story. I've been really into like seeing friendships lately, so that should be fun. I'm not going to read the synopsis. And then here's another one with a Walmart sticker on it. This is Rosebush by Michelle Jaffe. Jaffe? I don't know. I don't really know anything about her, and I've never heard of this book before, but well, I picked it up because I thought it was going to be like a new adult novel, and then I read the synopsis when I was in the store, and they actually had two versions of this. They had a hardcover version that was very pretty, but it was $2.99, which I know is only an extra $1, but I was like, no, I'll get the awkward. Maybe I should have gotten the hardcover, if I have to read this at work. No shame. No shame. I'm fine. It's supposed to be... Okay, so there's a blurb on here that says, part psychological thriller, part chicklet, this page-turner is filled with quirky characters who are easy to love and hate. So I'm not sure that psychological thriller and chicklet go well together, but I'm intrigued. It's about a girl, and she, like, wakes up in a rose bush, and she has no idea what happened to her, and she doesn't believe that it was just like an accident. She thinks somebody was trying to hurt her, and she's just very confused, and my understanding, she's stuck in a hospital, like trying to figure out what happened and how to protect herself from something bad happening. And even though on the back it says nothing about a romance, I'm assuming there is one, since there's a shirtless man on the cover. In the last book, they also had two different versions of this, and that is Born Wicked by Jessica Spotswood, and I'm honestly not, I believe this is a witch story. Well, yes, it must be, because it says The Cahill Witch Chronicles, Book 1. But I've heard people talk about this, but I've never really, like, looked into it or anything, and I've never really been a witch book person, which is weird. I don't have a problem watching, like, witch movies or witch TV shows. I mean, as a youth, big into Sabrina the Teenage Witch. And, like, Hocus Pocus was a classic in my home, for sure. So I don't know why, I just don't typically read witch books. But lately I've been kind of intrigued. There's been, like, some hype over the Hex Hall series, even though it's a little old, and I'm kind of intrigued in that. And then I figured, I saw this for $1.99, I would pick it up. So they had this copy, which I believe is the original cover, and this is hardcover, and then they had the paperback edition with the girl, like, standing on the cover, which I believe matches the other books, and they were both $1.99, so I was, like, literally sitting there, like, standing in the store, holding both of them. Like, I almost bought both of them, which the only thing that stopped me was I knew I was going to have to check out, and I didn't want them to be like, did you know you bought the same book? And I would be like, yeah, I did, because I didn't know which cover I wanted, and they were only $2, so, but I didn't do that, because that seemed silly. But I decided I preferred this cover. I think that this cover is gorgeous. Like, I loved the scripting, like the font, and I just think it's so much more pretty than the other cover. And yeah, I don't know anything about it other than it's a witch book. This one I will read the synopsis just to find out. I'm gonna be honest. I read the synopsis. It didn't help me at all, other than which book. Let's stick with that synopsis. Which book? So those are all of the books that I bought at Amazon and Target and Ollies. So if you've read any of these and you have anything to say, let me know. If you think there's one in particular I should pick up sooner rather than later, let me know, because I am always looking for suggestions. And hopefully for the rest of July there will be no book buying from me. And in August, hopefully I will stick to the 3 books I plan on buying, and only those 3 books. So thanks for watching. Bye!